Just want to make a short video on adjusting the valves on an A-15 motor. That's the Nissan motor in the Prochem 405, Performer 405. I don't know exactly when you're supposed to do it. I've had this truck since brand new engine, everything new since 2001. I've never done it, but I noticed recently there's a little bit of tick in the valves, or in the lifters, I should say. So decided to take the cover off and adjust the lifters a little bit. It's not hard to do. First thing you're going to want to do is take all your plugs out. And the reason why you want to do that is because you can turn the motor over a lot easier. You need to turn the motor over twice. Not twice, but a couple times. You want number one, the front of the motor, number one cylinder, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number one cylinder at top dead center on the compression stroke. So what you do to get that is you can put a wrench on the front pulley. It's real tight to get in there. But what I did is I took cover off, put an Allen wrench on the back of the flywheel. You can turn it over fairly easy. That's why you're going to want to take out all the plugs. Turn it over, and then you turn it over until you start to feel air come out of the number one. That gives you an indication that it's coming. It's number one is coming towards the top dead center, or it's on the compression stroke. You don't want to go too far. So once you feel air come out of there, so then look down on the pulley down there, and you can see the degrees. And you want it, there should be a notch on that pulley. You want it right at 0. That means it's exactly at top dead center, number one. And then once you do that, you've got 8 valves there. And so you want, with number one, you want 1, 2, 3, and 5. You can adjust those 4. After you get those adjusted at 14 thousandths, then you can turn it over until you find air, feel air, a little bit of air coming out of the number 4 cylinder. And once again, you look at the degrees down there, get it at 0, and then number 4 is at top dead center on the compression stroke. And then you'll be able to adjust 4, 5, 6, or no, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, you'll be able to adjust those 4 at 14 thousandths. And the only thing you're going to need is, well, I went down to one of the auto stores. I got one of these valve adjusting. They got a little bend in it, makes it nice. On mine, it's 14 thousandths, 0.014. And that's with the engine hot. So I let it idle for about 10 minutes in the driveway, drove it in the garage, took the valve cover off, just 6 screws, popped it off. I put a new gasket on that too as well. And then get yourself a feeler gauge. Now I just adjusted these. And you stick it in there, and there should be a little resistance. And too much, just sliding back and forth with no resistance, it's too much. You'll start to hear that valve lash. So what you do is you get yourself a number 12, and they have a little lock nut on each one of those. So you break that lock nut, get a little screwdriver. Now what I just did is I just used my finger to get it close. Turn that with my finger, felt it with my other hand until it gets pretty much where I want it. Then hold that with a screwdriver, slowly turn that down, check it again. Practice makes perfect. You might have to do it a few times. But once you, because sometimes when you start torquing that nut down just a little bit, it moves the screw, the set screw itself. So then you got to start all over. It's either too tight, too loose, whatever. So get those with just where you want them. And like I said, you can do these 3 here, and then number 5, and then number 4, 6, 7, 8 with the number 4 cylinder at top dead center. After you get that, yeah, I adjusted these yesterday, but I just wanted to check them again and make sure everything is where we want it. It idles nice. It starts beautiful. It'll make a big difference. If you're idling, it's a little bit different. Or if you hear some rattling in there, just a little bit of tick, 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 tick. When it's, you idle it down after you ran it a while, you might want to check your valve lash there. So that's pretty much it. And then put your plugs in. Now I just might want to mention now, with number 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, the firing order is 1, 3, 2, 4. No, I'm sorry, 1, 3, 4, 2. Yeah, 1, 3, 4, 2. So number 1 is here. It goes counterclockwise. 1, 3, 4, 2. And then plug them back in, and you'll be good to go. I think that's pretty much it. Other than your plug should be torqued down about 14 to 16 foot-pounds. I use inch pounds. I just convert that over, so it's around 164, I think, inch pounds. And yeah, you should be good. Hope this helps.